In front of me are two pairs of Jordan shoes that have the same color in them, and they are racer blue. But there's few brands that do blue like the Jordan brand does blue. There's the Racer Blue, Royal Blue, University Blue, the Georgetown Blue. Then they take it a step further and they give the Royal name Hyper Royale, but drop the blue. Anyway, call it whatever you want. These things here are N-I-C-E. Nice. Let's take a look. Change the room, and I've taken off the top just because I want to show off this t-shirt and talk about it real quick. Before we get stuck into the shoes and the t-shirt though, remember, if you get anything out of this video, smash the thumbs up button, comment down below if you've got anything to say, and if you haven't done so yet, subscribe and hit the bell while you're there. That way you get a notification every time I upload a new video. Don't forget to check out my Instagram page. It's 3 kicks a day, just like this YouTube channel. Now, about this t-shirt, it felt wrong to talk about a Jordan 3 when I've got this t-shirt lying around. This is a Since Apparel t-shirt. It's a t-shirt that I feel like was conceived by a sneakerhead for sneakerheads, and if you're watching this channel, chances are you are also watching the Wear Testers channel, so you would already be aware of the Since Apparel brand. If you're not watching that channel, you really should be. It doesn't just feel like a screen print of a really cool graphic on a cheap tee either. The t-shirt itself feels really nice, and what I love about it is that it's just got the right stuff on there. There isn't unnecessary writing or logos or pictures or anything like that. We've got a year, we've got a picture of a shoe, and on the back at the center we've got the Since Apparel logo, which I think looks awesome. Super nostalgic, and it really makes me feel like in the 80s or early 90s or something. The proportions on the t-shirt I think are perfect as well. You included as part of the packaging as well is a really cool sticker, which I think was a nice touch. I got it shipped to me to Australia, and shipping was super quick. If you're interested, I think you should go over to their Instagram page, get updates whenever they drop a new collection. But with that out of the way, let's talk about the shoes. And what we've got here is a Jordan 1 mid that is exactly as you've come to love over the years, or hate, depending on how you feel about the silhouette. There is nothing new. We've basically got a leather upper, we've got a nylon tongue, we've got a rubber outsole, and then we've got an air unit encapsulated within the midsole. While I did call it Racer Blue at the top of the video, that is in fact the color that is on the silhouette itself, but I believe the official name for this model is actually Royal. As far as the color blocking goes on this model, there are 3 colors here that share the spotlight equally: black, white, and Racer Blue. We've got a black outsole, black tip, black eye stays and rear panels around the heel, as well as the tongue and the laces. White is in the toe box, in the midfoot, and also of course the midsole. The stitching on the midsole is white as well. Sometimes we see some accent stitching. That's not the case in this guy. And then we've got Racer Blue in the exposed areas around the heel, and also the branding at the tongue and the Air Jordan Wings logo, as well as the swoosh. The material used in the upper part of the heel for the blue areas only. Feels like a felt. I wouldn't even say a suede. It's not leather, but maybe it's nubuck. Sizing on this guy is standard. I would have spoken about it in my previous video on the Jordan 1. I find these to be a roomy or forgiving fit, and you probably have the ability to go down half a size, sometimes even a full size, as I was able to do with this guy. They didn't have a 13 available. They did have a 12. I tried it on and it fits pretty good. It doesn't feel overly uncomfortable either, but if you have purchased a Jordan 1 in the past or an Air Force 1, I would suggest going with that sizing. But if you do get a chance to go into store, you might as well try and size down half a size if they've got that size available. Apart from the sizing conundrum I found myself in, where I got to 12 because the 13 wasn't available, I found getting a pair of these to be easy, at least easier than Jordan 1 mids have been this year. It's had a staggered release, so I've noticed that it hasn't been a universal release across all retailers, at least here in Australia. Some stores have been selling them earlier than others, and I've just noticed as late as this week, JD Sports I think just dropped these. For 160 Australian dollars, I really don't think you can go wrong with a Jordan 1 mid. They're comfortable enough. They're not the most comfortable sneaker, but they're just such a classic silhouette that goes with everything. When you pair it to some classic color blocking, you've really got the recipe for a good shoe that you can keep as part of your collection for a while. I rate it a cop. Now moving on to the Jordan 3, and again, we have seen a lot of 3s released this year. Well, this is at least the third that I've been able to cop. We've had the cool greys earlier this year, the Georgetown model, and now this guy. This is probably one of my favorites that's been released this year. This Jordan 3 silhouette does differ from the Jordan 3 cool grey in that the materials on the upper are basically a full tumbled leather. The cool greys had a nubuck upper. What we've got in the Racer Blue Jordan 3 is basically a white silhouette. It's got a large chunk of white in the midsole and all throughout the upper. There is black elephant print around the toe box and wrapping around the heel, and also grey in parts of the eye stay as well as the lining inside the shoe. Racer Blue has been splashed throughout the shoe though in all of the right spots. We've got some of the eyelets at the bottom of the eye stay as well as the two up the top. The rear panels around the heel have a perforated Racer Blue material going around them, and then we've got a Racer Blue panel that wraps around the midsole. We can't forget about the branding, also done in Racer Blue, the Jordan Air logo because it's a non-OG colorway, as well as the Jordan logo on the tongue. You're probably getting a vibe that I really like this shoe, and you're right. I do like this shoe. I'm just really into the colors on this silhouette. It's so clean, and I think it's really representative of the era that the Jordan 3 came from. Anyway, that's my look at the Jordan 1 and 3 Racer Blue. I know the ones are the Royals, but I am going to call them the Racer Blues because that's the blue that the Jordan brand put on the box. But I'm interested in your thoughts. Have you guys copped either of these? Were you on the fence, or don't you really like them? Anyway, let me know in the comments below, and until the next video, laters.